Chronological Bible in a Year, day 258. And I said this with the last few videos, there is too much to cover in this format. We got two visions and a prayer. And the visions, if I was more adept in Fort Shorm teaching, I might try to dive into them. Ask anyone in my church. I struggle to stay under 40 minutes on a Sunday, let alone 3 or less here. So instead of looking at these visions, I want to jump to Daniel's prayer in chapter 9. As we look at the way Daniel prayed, we can learn a lot about how we are to pray. Starting here in 9:4, I prayed to the Lord my God and confessed and said, O Lord, the great and awesome God who keeps his covenant and faithfulness for those who love him and keep his commands. What he's starting here with is adoration, praise, worship. We often start a prayer along the lines of, Dear God, or Father, or Hey Jesus. But there's this element of this just respect that Daniel has as he calls on the name of the Lord. And the majority of this rest of the prayer is just confession. It's just, God, we have wronged you. God, you made these commands. God, you made these ordinances, and we failed and we failed and we failed. Like 90% of this prayer is confession until we get to the end where he says in verse 17, So now, our God, listen to the prayer of your servant and do to his pleas for your sake, Lord. Let your face shine on your desolate sanctuary. My God, incline your ear and hear. Open your eyes and see your desolations and the city which you called by your name. For are we not presented our pleas before you based on any merits of our own, but based on your great compassion? Lord, hear. Lord, forgive. Lord, listen and take action. For your own sake, my God, do not delay, because your city and your people are called by your name. Worship, confession, and finally supplication. It isn't until he's right himself in view of God that he asks for God to act. And then what he asks isn't like, hey, if you could give us like this great peace or prosperity. He's like, Lord, do this for your name's sake. So how do you pray? When you pray, do you start admiring and worshiping God? And then once you've begun, do you cleanse your heart and your soul of all of your sins? Or do you try to pretend like, hey, I've got 5 minutes, I got to make this quick, Lord, and then just rattle off all the stuff you want? And as you bring those requests to him, are you asking of those things because it's what you want or because it's what you have discerned God's will to be? So don't stop praying, but maybe start praying the way Daniel prayed. And then let's see how we grow closer to God and perhaps closer to his will. I'm looking forward to finishing the book of Daniel tomorrow. But until then, God bless.